young men in jail for use of marijuana. And that was the time when you can have a seed or two, and these European demons would throw you in jail for just having a seed. It is this hypocrisy that we continue to see perpetrated that makes the slaves cringe with the idea of what can happen to them. But there is an element in our community that doesn't care, because we've already been criminalized as a people. We've already been told, because of our dark melanated skin, that we are cursed. Who defines truth? Is it what this demonic, hypocritical system inflicts on us, or is it the word of the Creator? Now, one of your favorite president's wives, Gerald Ford, his wife was hooked on prescription drugs. And we know the list goes on and on, not just with people in government, but maybe even you watching this program can't do anything until you get your drug fixed. Prescription drugs is the #1 drug dependency in America. Now, the #1 dope dealer is the school system, where it puts Ritalin in our children, because mothers, primarily, who have no idea of what its effects are on their children, allow these demonic sorcerers to put this chemical inside their children to sedate them where they won't be in their right minds. It is these elements of hypocrisy, corruption, and division that we continue to subject ourselves to. When we talk about mental illness and who defines truth, it is these elements of defining what it is that we should and shouldn't do that makes us confused. The do-gooders, Mr. Charlie, want to be like slave mentality folks who Mr. Charlie allows to work in the house of those who follow every dictate of the white oppressor's laws and look down their nose at the rest of us. It is those wannabe do-good niggers that he's used to oppress and capture and destroy that follow his dictates. But it is those who are criminalized because we don't follow every component of the white man's hypocrisy and ever-changing laws that continue to have the weight of this corrupt judicial system placed on us. And we continue to place our children in the jurisdiction of this corrupt system.
Dr. Peter Helton is
when
the
will we
director
learn
of the Helton
what will it take in the
Dr.
wake
Helton
of Hurricane
specializes in
Katrina
non-surgical methods of
and
improving his
other
patient's appearance,
very
using his artistic,
insipid,
creative, and medical knowledge as one of the nation's most
destructive
renowned cosmetic
ideals
dermatologists.
and
His patients receive results that are second
what
to
will
none.
it take to make us recognize that this country and its jurisdiction over us has nothing but a hell pit in our future if we continue to follow? Now, those of us who have grabbed on, as my brother Black Son stated in last week's program, to the mafia scenario, those, whether it's Al Pacino playing one mafia component or Marlon Brando playing what they call the Godfather component, our children have grabbed onto it because the numbers running industry that was in our older neighborhoods was one of the networks that we control until the white mafia came in and through the government that they were connected to, through the Roman Catholic Church, seized in, and now the numbers are controlled by your local resident store. And the government tells you that your children's education are being financed by what we used to do and control ourselves. You buy into it, you follow massa, and you continue to put your own children in harm's way because you claim that you being a law-abiding citizen, while the government breaks every law of humanity, the Geneva Convention, and any other law, the laws of nature, common law, every chance they get. But because you don't know, and because your preacher hasn't told you, you claim that you're doing what's right. But the mafia element and the gangster element, I'm not trying to uplift, because it is law that we must abide by. But whose law? Whose truth? Whose values should we promote and uplift? Let me share with you, when we talk about the violent, corrupt nature of this country, we see it being acted out in the mixed martial arts, or the extreme martial arts that we see beginning to come into prominence. Now they are putting it on regular cable, where these corrupt descendants of the gladiators, who America has this bloodlust, beat and pulverize each other in a sexual context of the missionary position, and have our children in those audiences pleading for more bloodlust. You got Michael Vick, nothing but a glorified beast, because he playing a beast game. Remember now, I play football, basketball, track, gymnastics. I understand it. But he's a beast-like mentality. You can't play at that level without being a beast. So why would you not think that he would fight dogs? And he's claimed he's not involved. It was his house. But who brought the game to the table? It was the Europeans. They've been fighting humans, dogs, chickens, anything that they can get their hands on, they turn it against one another. Now we've got the nurturers of our community, women, in these same elements. And now Muhammad Ali's daughter, now she's out there pulverizing and beating other women's brains out. And you follow this beast mentality and think because you can get a few crumbs off this white man's table, that somehow makes you like him and he's going to accept you. He still looks at you as a beast. Who defines truth? This megalomaniac, this insidious, insane, corrupt community that is destroying the very planet we are on, the animal habitat. Where they got coyotes now coming out. They got bears coming out. They've got snakes in our houses. If they continue to destroy the animal habitat, where else are they going to go? What choice do they have under this insidious, corrupt mind that this European is dealing with? And he has got to be stopped. But we don't have the power to stop him. The Creator himself is going to stop him in due time. Also, when we look at America and its corporate plantation, the pressures that are being put on these individuals that are working for Massa as he cuts back his employment roles and as he brings the computers in are unprecedented. Yeah, our women do work for Massa, but as he cuts back, he is running these sisters crazy. And why am I saying that? Because the hours has increased, their incidence of them having to be put off the job has increased. As they cut back the employees, the pressures and the amount of work has increased, but the vacation time has decreased. They hold over your head the fact that you can be fired for being on the internet, just doing something other than what you were told to do. And at each level, we're seeing people being put out of their work by the hundreds and by the thousands. Do you not think that this has an impact on these people? But America continues to promote this image of prosperity and opulence. Do you not think that the mother or the father that has to work 2 and 3 jobs